Hello, Malarthy. What's up, my dude? Honestly, it's really good to see you. I've been actually thinking that I've kind of missed having you around. Yep, fixed it. Fixed it. I know what the problem is. There we are. Is it? There we go. Okay. Hello, Malarthy. What's going on, man? Also, you may have noticed that I have added a whole bunch of things to a thing. We now have a whole lot of channel rewards. Oh, shit. I need to call my dad. I forgot about that. Oh, god damn it. I'll have to do that after this. Yeah, did you notice one of the big things? Or I guess two of the big things. A long requested feature is the ability to convert channel points into something. Yeah, well, one of the things that I've allowed people to do now is they can actually do that, in a way. I'm wondering if I should make the value higher. It's currently 50,000. But the deal is, you can add something to the top of the list. Oh, right. Okay, last time, a little bit of a recap. So last time we ended up figuring out what the deal was with the mercenaries, and I think... Okay, for one thing, the orange dancer is... Orange disco dancer girl is definitely... Or, as she's known, Class J. Class J is definitely one of the mercenaries. There's no doubt about that. My character doesn't know it. I know it. Pretty straight up, to be honest. Kim is also very compromised in terms of his ability to judge her. But, so then again, so am I. The difference between me and Kim is that I know that I'm compromised. Or was it Lugs? It was Legs. You were right. I've been wondering, just Father's Day. Oh, I've actually been kind of doing some networking recently, and I've been talking to a lot of other streamers, and was thinking maybe it's time that I tried a few different things. So I decided to turn on some the channel points again because I think that I can find a use for them. I just think that logs still needs a use on its own. So the use for logs isn't going away. It's just that Ligs, as you call them, is changing. No, Volition did, actually. Of all things, I succeeded a Volition check. And Volition was just like, hey, so you see these guys? And then it just pointed out logic and drama and conceptualization had all been lying to me this entire time. But they didn't know they were lying. That was about as far as you got? Oh. Hello, Clastra.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing. Let's see. I need to talk to you about your room. Wait, no. The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. I understand. She puts her coffee mug on the table. Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight. Chill, I'm the cool cop, remember? She cracks a weary smile. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out. This is good. Clear the air first, between you two, then move on to the questions. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Shush. I can't hear what she's saying. See, this is exactly right. This is what I was talking about with Volition. Volition appears to have figured something out about the others that I didn't, which is that they are lying to me. Why did you waste our time then? Because of the Hardys? I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. She looks at her feet. Out of the shit I've gotten into. That's not a good reason. You're right. There's more. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern. She reaches for a new cigarette, briefly glancing over her shoulder at the shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, golden gray in the noon light. What lies beyond? The Pale, the Mundi Isola, the Occident. And then, Orange, the old world. Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? She nods. You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. She lights the cigarette. Is this part of why Orange is a bad memory for you? She nods. I have people after me, and they have friends in the moral intern. Some are moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will. What happens if they do? They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. There's a wince and a pained little smile. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. Fucked. People are after her. Moral intern people? This isn't Orangey's lit. Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her. Hey, Malorthy, have you been playing any games recently? Oh, that's a thing I should ask. I should ask a question. Path of Exile. Oh, I didn't realize you were into Path of Exile. That's funny. I was playing Path of Exile before we started. Are you enjoying the Garden League? I enjoy the Garden League. I've been building all of the monsters. It's been fun. I really wish that I didn't have to play the rest of the game, but I've been enjoying the gardens. You like Stardewing your way through the world. Exactly. It's funny because I kind of am bored of Path of Exile proper, but I've been enjoying just wandering around picking up seeds and planting them. I really wish I didn't have to continue playing the main game, but it's a necessary evil, I guess. Seems like a weird way for the game to go, but I'm not complaining about it. One of the... How far have you gotten into it? Oh. Okay. You go get food. You said you studied Orangey's Lit. What is this fugitive stuff? I did. I also had a side job selling insurance that I was really good at. Got picked up by a bank. Competitive intelligence, they called it. After that, I sort of... She smiles. Transitioned out of the whole culture scene. What did you do? What did you do to have a lot of people after you? It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revitrol, or even in Orange. What exactly did you do? Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company, the kind you really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting. He taps on his notebook. I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you. The job was Lewis Dewin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Loose Cap conglomerate. And that was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Loose Cap and their friends in the MI. She breathes out heavily. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. Loose cap. These people engineer financial disasters in the second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papa Lolo line of dairy products. Papa Lolo! Yeah, Papa fucking Lolo wants to kill me. She smiles. You're right, this is bad. You've destroyed what people have built. I am a destroyer. People lost their jobs. Good people, not just C-suit assholes. And the way I got into accounting. She shakes her head at the thought. A lot of people got hurt, she concludes. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. And what happened here the night he died? We were there. She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. Together. In bed, I mean. Tell me exactly what happened. Okay. She takes a deep breath. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. She breathes out. A moment's silence. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it. I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Then what happened? He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. She pointed through the window. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow. Not to scream. Then ran downstairs. There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides. Then she continues. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came. She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails. Your cigarette, miss. Oh. She looks at it. And quickly tosses the butt aside. Are you sure you're not making this up? I'm not lying to you. She immediately lights another one. You may sometimes be bad at reading her, but this time, truly, she's telling you how it really went down. What time is it? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible. 11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight. That's okay. He makes a note. Were you inebriated? Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking. Wait, Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual. Titus said you looked pretty high. Oh, yeah. She tilts her head. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head. Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this? No. What did you do then? Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room. Downstairs, I got some clothes on and crawled back up. Drew the blinds. Blood was coming out of his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway. Down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. What happened after you ran down the stairs? Sylvie was tending the bar. She looks down. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. She pauses. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. Ruby? Who is Ruby? Ruby, you know, the leader. The leader? Of what? The Hardy Boys, she says as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen. Like, things they need taken care of. She's the organizer. Would you say she is the... He looks at you. 8th Hardy Boy. Why not? Okay, let's go on. What then? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know? Take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower to keep him upright. To produce lividity matching hanging. Yes. We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this? 20 minutes after death? About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood. You know what it does. She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what did you do? Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lily in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on, his armor too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I had gotten him ready by then. I carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. What did you do while they were hanging him? Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something, so I did. This Ruby. Where is this Ruby now? I don't know. I haven't seen her since. We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later. What are you doing? Coming up with a theory. She said Ruby knew something was wrong before she said anything. How come? It was loud downstairs. She couldn't have heard the shot. It is ominous. You're already coming. It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Class G. When it happens, did you hear a gunshot? When was he? There. When he was shot? She thinks. I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding. Did you kill Lily? What? She gathers the last vestiges of her strength. Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. There's a silence. The wind picks up. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around. Close to her hand, a military weapon using jacketed ammunition. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out. When they're obviously just stabs in the dark. Yeah, volition. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him. I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in a fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after what happened. And no one has implicated me. You must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use that? No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. The bullet in his head. It was jacketed, military grade. Who else here has a military rifle? I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it. Coalition military have rifles. I'm not a munitions expert, and I did not shoot him. She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the bullet in his head before. Look who's waking up from 1,000 years sleep. You've lied to me about this bullet before. When I said he was shot, you said you were confused. I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. She said, I told you before, that wasn't what happened. I notice volition doesn't pop up for this one. And at this point, I'm kind of willing to trust volition more than anything else. Okay. I'd like you to answer some other questions, miss. Like what? She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. Could the people after you have killed him? That's the first thing that went into my head when I heard the glass break. And I thought they'd found me. And they've killed him to punish me. All last week I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone. She looks at her cigarette so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Either way, something to consider. We can't go after Luscap, not yet. There are other, saner leads. I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? This is the big question that confuses me. Because I'm an idiot. Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot? She's nothing of the sort. Oh. So you would have us believe, but you're not. You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call and he kept rotting. And when they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him, her jaw's clenched, her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time. He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud, thud. She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? She did, of course. Shut up, both of you. Drama, logic, shush. Also, we have a level. Kind of wonder what would happen if I started increasing pain threshold. When was the window changed? Last week. Angus and Titus's brother. I think he's called Tibbs. Took care of it. She takes a drag. You should have another look at the window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. In her bedroom? Inside? Yes. You see the glass sparkling out of the corner of the eye. Of your eye. Alright. Thanks. She nods silently. She doesn't even smoke, just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands. The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door. He's thinking, are we done here, or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this. Police brutality. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up. Forcefully. if you want to continue pushing her. Drama, in God's name, wake up! What? Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to! She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate for this course correction. Ask questions first. Yes. Start at the top, choose at the bottom. It's what we've always done. Or it's how we've always done it. No rush. See? Oh man, I'm glad that I started putting points into drama. Drama's fun. You know, I think you didn't make the call to the station. I did. She takes a step forward. What is this? I call your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 81002 for emergencies. There was an older woman at the end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed. That is the emergencies desk number. Anyone could know that, sire. By looking around and calling the desk, I don't believe a single word she says. What time did you make the call? Thursday night. It was late. Sometime after 12. The lieutenant nods in your direction. It checks out. Your real name also isn't Clastre. I agree. The lieutenant turns to her. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you. Okay. Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what? Okay, it's not. Good. You can tell me the truth. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Commissaire. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I had to lie all the time. She looks at her hands, her fingernails a chipped white. I'm so tired of it. Was the passport bullshit too? That passport you kept hidden? No, it's submerged in a plastic buoy off the coast in the reeds. It just doesn't say Class J Amandu. It says Anouk Major Schmidt. Falsified documents. Passport and visa. She nods. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Major Smith, to hurt me. Why would they do that? I didn't show up to a rendezvous, and they don't take that lightly. She rushes to explain. I didn't show up. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now. Where is this bayou or buoy? West of the boardwalk in the reeds on the coast here. She points towards a clump of ruins on the western horizon. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now. It's useless. West of the boardwalk in the reeds. We have to check this buoy out. The lieutenant makes a note of it. You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the water line. Okay, tell me your real name. It's Katerzine Alexici. The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so. It's a grad name. Ziemsk or Yugograd in origin. Not Occidental at all. Smells of motor oil, taiga, economic desolation, and rock music-infused alcoholism. It also makes Class J almost an acronym for Katerzine Alexici. Huh. So it does. Wait, Clastre is an abbreviation of Katerzine LSEJ? She nods. It was a sentimental thing. I wanted to be more me here this time, so I used my nickname. A nickname? Who gave you this nickname, Clastre? Who gave it to you? A teenage boy, a million years ago. Hold on, Katerzine LSEJ is not an Orangee's name, is it? It's not even Mundi. It's Grad. My parents were Ziemsk immigrants, but I'm nationalized. Orangees. All I remember is orange. She's silent. Alexei is my father's name. She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof. Enough. She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention. A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She looks around. What if I told you you were under arrest, Katerzine LSEJ? But I haven't done anything. She backs up against the railing with a forced smile on her face. Anything illegal? She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case. Fucking mind games! Enough! That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. Drama does not take lightly to being tricked. That's kind of drama's thing. Industrial espionage. We uphold international law here in the zone of control. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs. Please, no. Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further off. But there's nowhere to go. A 2-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. I think I know who did it. I know who shot Lely. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive. What do you know? Who shot him? She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then in a hushed voice she says, Ruby. Why do you think it was her? Actually, how? You've been through there, right? I saw you come out. She points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop. It leads downstairs. She could have come to the roof through that. She could have made the shot right there, where I stand. It was dark outside. I would have seen her. Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible. Interesting theory. Did she know the door exists? Have you been out there with her? Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me before it got weird. Why do you think it was her? She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs, she's been pretty frank about what she wants. And what is that? Sex and more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lily, she says in a near whisper, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. I stopped talking. We stopped talking after that, but I don't understand. The lieutenant sounds incredulous. He still has the cuffs in his hands. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantically interested in you? She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship. And you led her on? The lieutenant narrows his eyes. Hey, a pillow of winds. Welcome. Is Kim super heteronormative? He is gay, actually, so no. At some point, I actually got the opportunity to ask him about that. It took a 20-hour mind, or a 20-hour think. What the fuck is he doing? Then I don't know. I think that he is calling something out there, which is just, she said nothing about the relationship between the two. A little. I was flattered, you know, but then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. She looks at her feet. We may be kissed, nothing more. This is just sensationalism and guesses. I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. She raises her eyes to meet yours. Oh, Elsa, hello. Oh, we got a cute kitty. And my webcam is still fucked up, so probably not going to work. Hold up. I'm going to try unplugging and replugging the webcam, and maybe it will work. Plug it back in. No, damn it. For some reason, it's still playing at like 5 frames a second. Well, we have a cat. Whatever. I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. She raises her eyes to meet yours. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow she knew Lily was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up, like she had a plan. This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? Lynching. Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true. When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you? She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro, she must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing the ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but she looks through the window of her room. Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. Elsa, do you want another cardboard so that you can scratch that up too? You got a bored kitty over here. Hey Malorthy, just out of curiosity, how many of the channel points do you have? Also, what food do you have? I need food. I actually was thinking that I should start making a couple crockpot stews. So, I'm kind of taking any recipes that people happen to throw my way. $4,800. Okay. That's not none. But that does give me a good idea of how much people might have. You want pizza, but you do not have pizza. Have you ordered pizza? I might have to order some pizza now. Thanks, Malarthy. Nah, I should order some pizza. I've actually been kind of thinking it in the back of my mind. I don't buy pizza that often anymore. Like, I don't buy the pre-made ones. So ordering pizza is kind of the only way that I get it these days. And I usually pick up like an entire, well, a large pizza so that I can actually have it for a couple of meals. You have not ordered pizza. Given the being sick, you don't want to interface with delivery people. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I wish that I could turn on the cat. As she's doing cat things. Like that. But you can see that it's going at like 5 frames per second. I don't know why it's doing that either. It's the weirdest thing. Wait, hold up. Theory. Properties. It doesn't have any filters on it, does it? Is it because the resolution is so much higher? Yeah, it is. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I massively cranked up the resolution, and that was the problem. And now we have a very good view. Isn't that true? Also, now you can't read any of the text. I'm going to put this over on the other side of the screen for now. There. Much better. Sore throat is all. Okay, okay. Thank you for clarifying. I didn't really want to assume, but I don't know. I felt like I shouldn't press it. Okay. That's it for Ruby. Okay. And what? Arrest the liar, now! She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you. Who? Her! Stop letting her distract you! Look, that's all and good, but I think we should still take you in, just in case. Still, she says, her voice breaking. After all this, sir, please, it's a shitty world, and I know I'm shitty too. I know. Her hands turn into a fist, slowly, crushing the cigarette she's holding. But I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern and grounded to pace just because I disturbed the sanctity of accounting. It's some multinational. She's gearing up for the last stand. This is it. What other option do I have? You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive? You can write me one. You're already a fugitive. What makes me think that you'd actually show up? You didn't show up to the last time that someone had you called. That's why you're a fugitive. You don't have to take me in right now. Promise I won't. I promise I won't go out anymore at night. I'll be right here. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own in 2 months or maybe even 1 month. That's all I need. You do have the phone. He looks at your ledger. That's it. I'm calling it. Kim is beyond compromised. Definitely, sire. What will have changed in 2 months or 1 month? Everything could change. She looks around. The city, the extradition rules, the people after me could be in jail. Or maybe Revitrol. She falls silent. Maybe Revitrol could be free. I could be tried in a free Revitrol, an independent state that doesn't hand its detainees over to the moral intern. A free Revitrol. There's a low, distant rumble in the motor tract. A great machine shaking the pillars down south. Electricity runs up your spine. I find that hard to believe, miss. The handcuffs jingle in his hands. What was that feeling? It's coming! What do you think, Malorthy? Any opinions on this? I don't know how far you've gotten in this game. I don't know if I would make the right decision here. I don't know. Oh, wait, Malorthy, did you actually finish this game? Or, no, you said you finished you watched a playthrough of it. Hello, kitty. Tomato. Yeah. I do like the sound of that. The world can change. It's changed before. Her round, light brown eyes shining with tears. Her political overture has succeeded, we see. This was her last card. There's nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. You alone stand on the throne of your mind. And what do you deserve, then? I don't know. She throws away her cigarette. To spend my days with smoke and drink and dance, wallowing in shit, just like everyone else. I've made my choice. She looks at you in silence, her face filled with fear, lips parted. Wait! If we arrest her, Kim will have to transport her. You'd be without your partner for the rest of the day. Shut up! He's making a decision. It's his to make. I'm going to arrest her. I will escort you to the motor carriage outside, miss. With a muffled whimper, she extends her wrists. They're white, bony, exposed below the rolled-up sleeves of her jumpsuit. He puts the handcuffs away. These won't be necessary. I will take you to the station 57 myself, and slow the extradition process as much as I can. It may be possible to stall it indefinitely, but you will be safer there for the purposes of this investigation. He turns to you. I can do this on my own. She's not an immediate flight risk. So, I'll see you tomorrow morning, officer. Downstairs, at the Whirling in Rags, or outside your shack. I really hope I made the right decision there. Feels different without Kim. What do I do now?
Again. I can't believe this shit.
Get drunk? I suppose I could, but...
Just dragged her away, huh? Stone cold. Didn't think you had it in you.
Didn't have what in me? To arrest her? Yeah, you ruthless son of a bitch! He nods approvingly. I certainly didn't have it in me. I always let the pretty ones go. I'm soft like that. Yeah, like when we let old Clancy's widow walk. Or Dennis, the diner girl. The milk rack on that one, he says almost elegically. Can't say I wasn't sad to see her go. Never classed her there. Her face when your friend walked her out. God damn. He shakes his head. Fuck with the sun boy, get burned. This was the normal cop thing to do. She was a flight risk. I'm a cop. Yes, normal. He seemed to be thinking, nothing to do about it now, I guess. I just hope she can game her way through the system and come out the other way. I don't think I forgot how I specifically let you know how I felt about her arrest either. She says, he says, shaking her head. Now what do you want? Okay, I talked to Class J. Now I need to talk about Rope. Oh, Elsa, no. Where? Yes. I've got you. No. You're on left now. So, wait, Malarthy. If you've seen how this can all go down, fuck me. Of course I get a migraine. Ugh. Well, since a lot of this game is contingent upon my ability to read, I can't really continue as long as I can't see, so... Ah, god damn it. This is what I get for not eating. Yeah. No, you're right. I should go get some food. And get something actual. Like it literally just started seconds ago. Oh, man. Okay. So you're cleaning your room, right? Do you know what I find? What did you find, Isolana? Also. What? What, Malarthy? What? This is exactly... I did. I can kind of read if I look out of my left eye, or right eye, sorry. And the chat's on my right eye, so that's where I am right now. It's gonna get worse. Right now it's kind of taking up a little bit of the left eye. It's gonna go for about 30 minutes. What? Okay. All right, Malarthy, I don't... You will not be party to not taking... Okay. There. I thought that you were talking about. I thought that you were talking about just me being able to read with the migraine. No, I'm gonna go take care of myself, I guess. Sorry. So I guess sudden smash cut to credits within an hour of starting. Thank you to all of my continued supporters. APOC is the best. Jessalona, Veritanium, Grias is the D, Kremlin Kev, NBFF, Rila is the Dev, Squad Car, Xmar, and Zevgrin, and also to my Patreon supporters, Bclug Stowe, Tennis Games, and Slime Hunter, for continuing to support me through all of this. Sorry for the very sudden ending, but I'm gonna go lie down and get something to eat. Anyway, until next time, have a safe trip through the dark forest. I will see you guys all later. Of course, Desalona suddenly gets here right as the migraine starts.